Minnesota Vikings punter Chris Kluwe wrote a very strongly worded letter to a politician in Maryland by the name of Emmet Burns. Now, the reason why he did that is because another football player, Ravens linebacker Brendon Ayanbadejo, wrote or made this video where he was very supportive of gay marriage, right? Mm-hmm. Did I pronounce his name correctly?
Good enough.
Good enough. Okay, so I have the video for you guys. This video really irritated this politician, Emmet Burns. Let's watch and figure out why.
So first, the linebacker.
Yes.
Another issue that should unite Marylanders that I'm quite proud about is love in marriage. And right now, an important issue in our state is whether or not to allow gay and lesbian couples who love each other to marry. This should not be a subjective issue. Gay and lesbian couples want to marry for similar reasons as we all do: love and commitment. It's time to allow them the opportunity to build a family through marriage. It's a matter of fairness. This is why I'm asking Marylanders to join me in supporting marriage equality for same-sex couples. Having the freedom to marry means committed couples and their children will have the same crucial protections under the law as other families. Churches can always have their beliefs, but government is supposed to treat everybody the same, and that's equal. America is supposed to be the land of the free, but in order for this to be true for all of us, then we must have the ability to marry whom we love, regardless of their gender. Think about it, and join me in the land of the brave for standing on the side of love. Thank you.
Only the smartest football player to ever live.
That was a very eloquent video. I love that, and I love that he's getting politically active, but Burns does not like that. Okay, Emmet Burns basically said that the owner of the Baltimore Ravens should basically shut him up and prohibit him from speaking his views. Okay.
I love this. This is a politician in America saying, hey, you know what? How dare that football player speak out? Let's take away his freedom of speech.
Okay, so the story gets even better, okay, because Minnesota Vikings punter Chris Kluwe gets involved and he writes this strongly worded letter. Now, the letter is written so brilliantly, and he calls out Burns on a number of different things. So just to give you a little excerpt of it, he says, "What on earth would possess you to be so mind-bogglingly stupid? It baffles me that a man such as yourself, a man who relies on that same First Amendment to pursue your own religious studies without fear of persecution from the state, could somehow justify stifling another person's right to speech. To call that hypocritical would be to do a disservice to the word. Mind-fucking obscenely hypocritical starts to approach it a little bit."
Damn.
Okay, but it gets worse, okay, or I should say better, because he just uses profanity in a very interesting way to like get his point across. He says, "If gay marriage becomes legal, are you worried that all of a sudden you'll start thinking about penis? Oh shit, gay marriage just passed. Gotta get me some of that hot dong action." Will all your friends suddenly turn gay and refuse to come to your Sunday ticket grill outs? Unlikely, since gay people enjoy watching football too.
Damn, he took that issue head on. He didn't punt at all on that.
Oh, jeez.
All right, now I love that they're fighting back on this. I love that it's football players, because obviously football players have this macho image, and for them to come out and say, well, with the punters, kind of. Anyway, but you want to mess with that linebacker? I don't think so. By the way, you notice how I keep saying linebacker? Because I'm not 100% positive how to pronounce his name either. Okay, and his brother used to be a fullback, I believe. And the entire time I also didn't know how to pronounce his name. All right, anyway, but that they're standing out and saying, hey, listen, this is not a macho position to be anti-gay. It's a dumb position. And especially when you're trying to take away people's speech rights and First Amendment rights.
I think that the progress on gay rights is unstoppable. You know, we still have a long way to go because there are still a lot of really hateful people out there who say ridiculous things and try to stomp on these people's rights. But at the same time, I mean, when you have members of the NFL, they don't get more macho than that, right? Speaking out in favor of gay rights and gay marriage, you know that you're winning. And I love that. And that's what makes Republicans shake in their boots, or I should say conservatives shake in their boots. One final part of the letter that I just had to read you guys because I thought it was hilarious. He says, "I can assure you that gay people getting married will have zero effect on your life. They won't come into your house and steal your children. They won't magically turn you into a lustful cock monster."
This guy's awesome. Now, all of a sudden, I'm rooting for the Vikings punter. I don't know how I root for him. Do I want the Vikings to punt, or do I not want them to punt?
Is Minnesota a good team? Like, are they solid? No?
Look, I can't believe Adrian Peterson's back and scored 2 touchdowns on Sunday. But
Yeah, me either.
But yeah, I would be very surprised if they didn't give Kluwe a significant amount of work this year. They will be punting often, I imagine. By the way, just to clarify on my comments about football players, I too am a football playing American. Okay, and in my high school football team, I love you guys, but okay, one guy could not play off. He was a giant, but he couldn't play offensive line. He could only play defensive line because he couldn't remember any of the plays. Okay, and so we would be like, "Hey, dude, get on the defensive line, go straight ahead. Okay, just plow ahead, tear apart who's in front of you. I'll follow you. Don't worry." So I was the middle linebacker, right? And the 2 outside linebackers were twins. Their combined SAT score was not as high as mine.
Wow.
Okay, and mine was not that high. That's not a way of bragging, okay? So to give you a sense of the mental giants that play football. So as I saw that video, I was like, damn, by far the smartest guy who's ever played the sport.
Yeah, look, that guy is good looking as it is, but then when he talks about, gay rights and he does so eloquently, it's like, all of a sudden I want to watch football.
See, I love the ironies of the new world, right? So now, if you talk about gay rights, that makes you hot to a woman.
Yeah.
It's a great new day in America.